Hi Virgo, welcome to Moonbeam's Messages. This is your finance reading. Now, as this is a collective reading, not everything will resonate. So please only take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If you don't find any messages in this for yourself, then please check out your other placements where you're likely to find a message in there. You will find all of the other placements in the playlists, so check those out whenever you're ready. As always, this is a timeless reading, so whenever it's is relevant, it's likely to fall into your feed. So, Spirit, let's get into this. Can we get some cards for Virgo to help improve their current financial situation? So what's going on for Virgo and help improve their financial situation? Okay, so your overall energy, we have the Four of Cups. Now this is very much suggesting to me that you are trying to keep track of everything that you're spending, and you're trying to discover extra funds where you can save them, where you can trim the fat as such to basically improve your financial well-being, trying to maximize anything that you've got. Now, in your current position, we have a Queen of Wands. Now, the Queen of Wands is very much suggesting that you give your time and your energy or your money to charity. So very much doing charitable acts, things that will help the collective, the universe, your community, putting that help out there, not expecting any kind of money or reciprocation for it. Very much trying to help others wherever you can. Maybe you are in a workplace as well. Maybe you're constantly helping your colleagues out without expecting anything back. Let's get some clarification of this Queen of Wands. I love this card. It's a new deck that I've got. I think this Queen of Wands is fabulous. She's got an absolute beautiful panther right behind her. I mean, I know that not every I think, is it a cougar or a jaguar? To me, I love panthers. I think they're beautiful, and every black cat I see, I automatically assume it's a panther. I know it's basically black leopard, isn't it? Or yeah, I love them. My favourite animal. That's why I like that card so much. And she is beautiful as well. Right, so we've got a Knight of Cups, a Queen of Swords, and a King of Pentacles to clarify that Queen of Wands. So your Knight of Cups then is very much suggesting to me that you're making a lot of decisions from your head. You are very much being very practical when you are doing things as well. You're not just being impulsive, or you are trying to be methodical with your approach, making sure that you're being as fair as possible. We have a Queen of Swords. Now she's telling me that you are making sure that you're getting clarity of situations before you actually invest your time and your energy, and before you make a decision too. And then we have a King of Pentacles in the reverse. Now the King of Pentacles in the reverse, he's a little bit wishy-washy with his stability. So you may be giving a lot of time and energy out to other people, but you may not be having your stability might be being a little bit compromised because of it. Maybe you are trying to be very charitable with friends or family members, and they might be taking advantage of you, and it's causing your stability to be a little bit rocky. But I mean, it is suggesting to me that you are seriously considering things, and it could be that you're having to think about things so much because your stability is a little bit rocky. So maybe you're not able to give finances out, for instance, to charities, but you might be able to give out your time instead. So maybe you don't have the money to support charitable acts if somebody's in need of a bit of money, but you might be able to help in other ways. And it could just be that you're very much considering other ways that you can help the community. Now, in your challenge, we have the King of Swords. The King of Swords is very much suggesting that the challenge behind the King of Swords is keeping up your high standards and making sure that you're taking a tactical approach with regards to your finances. So potentially your standards may slip, and that could be while there's a bit of a challenge. It could be that you may, instead of keep considering things and thinking about things, you might just become a little bit impulsive every now and then. Let's get some clarification on this King of Swords. That's a lot of cards, but we'll take them. Okay, so everything's come out in the reverse. So we have a Two of Wands is the first one out. The Two of Wands here is telling me that you're not looking at the bigger picture. You're not looking at what is your end game. You're not looking at anything long term. You're just looking at the now. We also have the Six of Swords in the reverse. Now, that is very much suggesting to me that you're not necessarily learning from what you've already got. You may not even be exploring any other types of investments or income opportunities that are around you. The Nine of Pentacles is suggesting to me that money actually doesn't come in very much, or it's not very quick coming in. And that could be very much why you've got this King of Pentacles in the reverse here, and why you're having to be very picky and choosy and consider how it is that you're giving to charities, because you don't have as much income coming in as you would like. The Two of Cups here in the reverse is very much suggesting that you tried to double your money, and the challenge is that nothing seems to be coming in quite how you'd like it to. It seems like it's very much that you may have learned certain things from the past, and you may need more income to be coming in towards you, but you don't have it currently materializing, and it's making things be really, really slow. We also have a Page of Pentacles in the reverse, which is suggesting again that you need to be looking at what you've got and how to redistribute it. You've got that here with your Four of Cups, trying to work out where to free up money. This is more about redistribution of money. So it not necessarily freeing it up, but where could you use it instead, kind of. And now it could be that you don't have the money to free up, because that's very much what this Nine of Pentacles, what this Two of Cups is suggesting, that you don't necessarily have too much money there in order to free anything up. In fact, the Page of Pentacles in the reverse is very much a bit of a financial loss. So maybe, part of the challenge is to try and explore other avenues of income. Maybe look for a new job, maybe look at a second job, and try to mitigate any financial loss that you may be incurring. Yeah, definitely feels like you've got a lack of funds here. And that is part of your big challenge, that you're lacking in money. You're lacking the ability to do things because you can't invest into things because you don't have the money to invest into things. As much as you might want to try and learn from the money that you've got and put it into certain things to invest, you need to have the money to start with. Now, in what have we got that's available to help you, we have this Knight of Wands in the reverse. The Knight of Wands is very much suggesting that you need to make sure you're not being impulsive where money comes in, or where you're spending it, or where you're giving your time and your energy out. It's very much suggesting to me not to be impulsive. It doesn't, the impulsiveness doesn't necessarily serve long-term investments well. It's great for short term, but not for long term. Now, it could suggest that you could put some, or do a few short-term investments, maybe look at a few, if it's jobs that you're looking at, investing your time, you know, seasonal jobs, for instance, getting a part-time seasonal job. It could be that you need to look at the bigger picture, invest your time and your energy into learning new skills for the long term. Let's get some clarification on that Knight of Wands. I love how literally as I split the deck, look, there's the Knight of Wands in the reverse again. Okay, so everything come out in a little bit of a challenge position. So it could go one or two ways. So we have the Nine of Cups. That Nine of Cups is very much telling me that you need to make sure that your hard work is going to pay off. It suggests that you relaxing could be a little bit of an issue. Now, in the upright, it's saying you can relax. Your hard work is going to pay off. You're going to get the financial rewards for it. In the reverse, you know, you're not necessarily going to get the payoff. So this is suggesting that you will get the payoff, but it could be a little bit of time out there. So it might be that where I'm saying about investing into your long term, and obviously if you put things into your short term, you're going to get short term payoffs, but they could be very minimal. Whereas if you're investing your time and your energy into something that's going to be long term, you'll get your payoffs in the long term. But in the meantime, it's going to feel like you're not getting anything. We'll have the Four of Cups that's come out to the side as well. The Four of Cups is very much suggesting that you need to be making sure that you're keeping a track of your funds, so that you can see where things are being spent. Now, you're already doing that. That's your overall energy, or at least I think you're already doing that. It did suggest to me here with this King of Cups, you know, King of Swords, that there are certain things that you might not be keeping a track of. So maybe you're not keeping a track of it fully. Maybe you think you're keeping it up to date, but you haven't necessarily tracked it out fully. Maybe you're impulse buying without realising. And it could be that you're spending a little bit more than you thought you were. We also have a Ten of Swords in this. Will come out to the side. Sorry, I do apologise. Every time I because my camera's at a weird angle, I turn it like this, thinking that it's going to be in view, but it's not. So yeah, the Ten of Swords, very much suggesting that you need to make sure you're not obsessing over money. So try not to overwork yourself. Try not to how do I put it? When you're trying to increase your funds and you're trying to work hard to get more funds in, you can be spending too much time working. So this is very much suggesting to me that you need to make sure you get that balance right. Don't be obsessed over money. It doesn't bring you long-term happiness, you know. In the reverse, this is you obsessing over money and thinking that it's going to bring you happiness. In the upright, this is you not obsessing over money because you know it's not going to bring you happiness. So very much you need to be striking a balance. You could be obsessing over money. You could be thinking that money is going to bring you happiness, but you're not obsessed over it. You know, it's one or the other, but it's suggesting to me that you need to bring that balance in with yourself. And it could be simply that you're working too much, and it could feel like an obsession because of how much you're working. And it might not be that, you know, that you're trying to bring in happiness. You might just be trying to survive. But then once you start getting that money, if you get a little bit extra, you know, sometimes you can get a bit addicted to having that little bit extra money, and you want to spend it on more things because you feel like when you're spending money, it's making you happy because you're doing things that you really enjoy. But there are other things out there that you can spend, or that you don't have to spend your money on, that will make you equally as happy, you know? So it's finding other things, finding other alternatives that make you happy, as well as spending money. If you're I'm a Virgo, and I'm not going to lie, I like spending money on Christmas ornaments. These two are new. I've got a new one in my tree that I haven't finished decorating yet. I only went up today. I've got to let it settle before I put all the baubles on. But it's something that I like to do. I like to have lots of gingerbread and sweets. And when you see the rest, when my tree gets filled up, I'm sure you'll probably see a few other things that look like sweets and yumminess on my tree. But either way, I'm fully aware I shouldn't be doing it. And I've got a load of clay, and I'm a crocheter. I could easily make some with everything I've got, but now I spend the money instead. But I really enjoy making things with clay, and I really enjoy my crocheting. So I could do things equally. You know, something else that's going to make me happy. Won't cost the same amount of money. And I'll get just as much joy out of it. But I choose to spend the money instead, because that's what I do, and I know I shouldn't be doing it. So if you're like me, you know, you'll have other things that you fully well know make you just as happy, but you do it anyway. So this is very much suggesting that you need to try and curb it. And I know that's something I've got to do, because I work really, really hard, and I really, really, really like to have money. But sometimes I have to stop myself, because I've got to have that home work-life balance. Because if you don't have that home work-life balance, what is the point? You know, you can't just work and work and work. You need to be living as well. Now, if you manage to take that advice and balance everything out, we have the Page of Swords as your outcome. This is very much suggesting that you have a look at ideas on how to improve your finances, suggesting that you may actually come up with some new ideas. You know, ideas might be given to you. You could potentially be finding new jobs, and more for the long term as well. Things that are going to improve you for the long term, not just short term gains. Let's get some clarification on that Page of Swords. So we've got the King of Swords is back. So the King of Swords that came out with that lovely challenge. So he's back. They're very much suggesting that you're going to continue taking tactical approaches with regards to your finances, and you're going to make sure that you're keeping those high standards, which is good. We do have a Nine of Wands in the reverse. Now, it is suggesting that you might not necessarily be in the position to invest into certain things. And if you are, they may be unsafe investments. So do try to make sure that you do mitigate that as much as possible if you are investing into things that are unsafe. We do have a Five of Pentacles as well. Now, this is very much suggesting that while you're doing this, looking at other ways of improving your finances, you may want to have a chat with your parents. This is very much revisiting and examining any kind of parental money issues. So anything you can learn from your parents, this is suggesting to do that. Now, I know my parents are very tight-lipped about their finances, so I would imagine that many, many other parents probably are. But you know, getting them to open up about things that they may have gone through, any particular issues that they are going through, things that you could learn from them. For instance, if they got themselves into a lot of debt, how did they get out of it? You know, lots of other things. How did they manage to find other sources of income if they were in sticky situations? Where did they get help from? All of that sort of thing. Learning from their mistakes so that you can not necessarily avoid them, but that you know how to handle them if they come up. Yeah, very much suggesting to me that, you know, you could learn something very valuable from your parents with regards to improving your finances. And yeah, whatever this Page of Swords is, whatever it is you're looking into to help increase your finances, so whether that is a new job, whether it is just getting a promotion, but yeah, learning from your parents, something that they may have already been through. All right, let's get you an Angel of Abundance to see what other messages Spirit has got for you. Here we get an Angel of Abundance for Virgo, please, Spirit. That is a lot of cards. No, I'm not reading all of them. Just in case you ever wanted to see them, we've got focusing on your priorities, releasing jealousy, moonlighting, let go of guilt, and positivity, faith, and optimism. I'm not going to read all of those because there is far too many. If Spirit wants to chuck one of them out or two of them out, that would be lovely, but no more than that, thank you. Okay, so you've got face your financial fears, which is probably more likely with some of the other cards you had out there. Right, so when you're honest with yourself about fears of success or failure, they can no longer control you. Be free of hidden fears by exposing them to the light of awareness, and you'll realise that you, in fact, have nothing to fear, and that every successful person has struggled with and released these self-doubts. Okay, so very much increasing your income, you know, be free of your hidden fears. So if it's something where you're scared of failing at a job, you're scared of going into a new job, very much suggesting that you release that, you know, be honest with yourself about it, and then it can't hold it over you. All right, I hope you enjoyed your reading today, Virgo. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button. It will help pass the message on to anyone else that needs to hear it. And if you want to hear more from me, don't forget to subscribe. And if you press the notification bell, it will let you know when I do post new content. And just in case you didn't watch my December Christmas video, I love to just show all the Virgos out there my beautiful snowman lantern, because if you're a Virgo like me, you may like glitter. And it's so glittery and sparkly, it's beautiful. The unfortunate thing is, obviously, once it's turned on, you can't even see the snowman. So, really sad. I love it, but hey ho. I'd love to be able to see the snowman a little bit more with the light on. I can see him beautifully. It's just you can't see him because of the glare through the camera from the glitter. But hey ho. Anyway, good luck with improving your finances, and thank you very much for joining me.